Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris, and this is Starters Order 7. That's Horse House, our American flat save. And things have been going pretty well. Couple of bumps in the road, couple of horses that stumbled now and again, but by and large, some impressive runs, especially by the ones that are still here. Of course, we got rid of a few, we've bred a few, and we put one out into the field that, you know, was perfect. So, pretty good all in all. As you can see, on about a 60 something percent win rate. Um, so yeah, I'm pretty happy. Got some big races coming up though. We got some big meetings, and yeah, a couple of races to maybe get to 20 for Life Quest. We've got Institute Spy. Couple of races to maybe get them ready for potential World Cup, which I've seen a couple of people do agree with. That might be the way they're gonna have to go at 4-year-old. And then just these 2-year-olds who, you know, haven't jumped and one that has. So, yeah, we're gonna have to wait for Mana Lurker's final race. But all in all, I think we're in, like I say, a pretty good place. I think we're doing quite well. But it doesn't get any easier. Doesn't get any easier. Flemington. And we will be facing off against a South African horse that's recently beaten us. Not that it ran particularly well in this last race. So I don't fully know there. Yeah, maybe they just had a great race and that, you know, that could bode well for us, but we're still going to challenge earlier. I think we're a touch over a mile, of course, as we've been saying. That is currently still the belief, and we've never been too far away. So I think we're okay. Soapbox, a little lazy. Okay. Ooh, a Canadian, that might be all right. A bunch of domestics that look okay, but it really does feel like it's us and Head there as probably the two for me. Now, Doskar's done well too, but like, yeah, only 3 races. Scooby did win it last year, so we'll have to see. But yeah, maybe this is 19. Maybe. I think we just gotta believe and just gotta try and go for it. So the Empire Rose here at Flemington, down under, baby. 1 mile, class 1, grade 1 for 3-year-olds on turf. As I say, Doskar is a nice horse. Dare is a nice horse. Sound is a nice horse. Scooby's a nice horse. We're a nice horse. It could be fairly tight, honestly. We're up against the rail, out of the chute, and onto the main track. On one of the outside tracks at this racecourse, and we're going up towards the front with Gracie's Truth. We've got Doskar just on outside with Whip Pack, Head, Dare, Scooby profile, Cutting Sound, and Gargle Buff. Show the Soapbox towards the rear. Whip Pack and Gargle Buff with Head Dare in between them. And now Head Dare comes up to the front. The 3 of us at the final furlong marker. And again, Head Dare is just about taking over the lead inside the final furlong and driving out for the exact same result as we had 2 races ago. We're neck and neck until that final furlong. And then Head Dare just squeezes us out. If it had been reversed, then we do win our 20th. Instead, Head Dare picks up their 20th. Now they're going for the Kranji Mile. We're going for the Raffles Cup and the Hong Kong Mile. So it kind of maybe gives us a shot. But yeah, twice now. Just beaten out by head there. Just. I like Doscar. That was a nice run from them. They kept up with us really well, to be fair. A good race, just not a win. You know, that's kind of sad to say, but that's just what it is. Oh, yeah. Last 8 for us, 2 wins, 5 second places, and a third. It's kind of brutal. It's kind of brutal. And we're not far away from converting all those into wins. And what would we be now, sitting at 24 wins with 2 races left to go? We could have been looking for a 25th Grade 1 win. Instead, we need to win both last races to get 100% of the way there and just and get that 20th Grade 1 win. I just don't feel like it's coming. I don't feel like it's coming. I know the 2-year-olds head to Keeneland for their final races. These 3, we do have the Breeders' Cup. A trio here, then in the heart of Kentucky. It should be a little later on. There's the Juvenile Turf for fillies. Autriche Luck is the horse I know the best in this field. That would be my kind of favorite here. Oh, well, it's our Silks pretty much. But yeah, Wedding Ballad takes that. Huh. Interesting. Not high rated, hasn't really run much, hasn't won much. No grades before today. Takes a nice one. Very interesting. And then we're going to go with the Colts and Geldings for our Juvenile Turf. And yeah, we're the best horse, we're the favourite, we're the high rated, we're the form horse, we're the tipped horse. We look well, lean and ready to go. Looks like one of the Canadians is unfit, but everybody else is just about right. Chancer a little calm. Yeah, I gotta believe in myself here. I gotta believe in my horse again. Yeah, we didn't jump, so we should just be at a mile. We just gotta go. Mysterious Trader in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turfy for Colts and Geldings, 2-year-olds only in this Class 1 Grade 1 mile race at Keeneland, as I say, bluegrass country. This is Kentucky, and this is the biggest festival for the 2-year-olds. Those that perform here normally have one eye on the Kentucky Derby and the Triple Crown. We want to be involved with that. It's a little bit of a sluggish start on the inside, though. And Trader is going to hold back, as are most of the field. We've got Chief Rahir behind, Gastang Degrees, No Chancer, and fairly single in between those two. Chateau Illusion, Nichin O'Donnell are there as well now. We are in real danger, though, of being blocked off because we cannot find a lane We're going to go all the way up the inside, and all the way up the inside. We come up round Gaston degrees. We don't get blocked off. Beautiful running by Florent Giroux there, getting Mysterious Trader in place, and we are a length and a half ahead at the final furlong, coming down the home stretch, driving for the line. Nuno Chancer and Fairy Sing will take second and third. Gaston degrees a good run in fourth. Dictionary Stream just comes up into fifth, but Mysterious Trader takes the Colts turf with aplomb. Where did he get aplomb? I don't know. Give the aplomb back. Maybe he traded for it. It's a mystery. Who knows? My brain isn't working. And there we go, though. 2.5 lengths. Not the best start. Went up the inside, and I really panicked for half a second. And then we kicked on. I was like, oh, he's going to cut outside. Like, when I think we were in about 5th place, there was a small gap maybe to cut outside and run the outside. And Florent went inside. And I panicked. And then the second place horse, just as we were coming into the back of them, I think, stepped out slightly. And we went up the inside. And luckily, the leader at that point, which I believe was Gaston Decrees, the Canadian who ended 4th, didn't drop back when the rest of the field was starting to move back slightly. And they opened up just enough of a gap to come out on that bend and then drive round the outside and take the lead at about 1.5 to 1.25 furlongs from home. So, yeah. Ooh, not the easiest race to watch. A bunch of stuff could go wrong, but it didn't. It went right. 114 rating, not as big a jump as I wanted. And yeah, we did not fill out that potential. It's not really what you want. It's not really what you want. But okay. Okay. Now then, for the dirt races, Phillies first and Rainmaker will be your favorite, your highest graded, your perfect horse, so therefore best form, and highest rating as well. A good field. We are tipped, but Kaylee Feline also is tipped and third in the betting. They are very calm, so maybe that takes them out of it ever so slightly. Tycoons looks okay. We look okay. McBear was also a little calm, and Alana. So, yeah. May just be us and Tycoons, the two grade ones. Both very, very good form. We're, of course, slightly better. Might be some others as well. You never know in a field like this. But we haven't jumped. We're a mile. We've run and won very well a 3 3/4 of a length win at a mile 110. I don't feel we need jockey instructions. I think we're good to go. And we just trust the maker of rain. Breeders' Cup, Juvenile Fillies, we're 1 for 1. This is a big one though, a mile 110 yards. Class 1 grade 1 for 2-year-olds on the dirt at Keeneland. A second meeting, no, a second race at this meeting, I should say. Feel a good start is going to be helpful, and we do get a decent start in the middle of the field. And Rainmaker is just going to settle into that pack and let the rest make the running. Pat kick Georgia back again with Ben Jerong, Date, Razi Heather, and Neva Waltz. We've got Questaff, Villafranca Rosé, Tycoons Irene on our inside. As we are slightly blocked off, we do now find a gap though. Kaylee is towards the back. We are going to go for this though. At the final furlong marker, down by about half a length, it's us and it's Tycoons Irene on the inside. Villafranca Rose, though, is holding well on the outside and is probably coming up into second place. They are kind of struggling. Tycoons does take it. in behind us. I really didn't know there what was going to happen at the end. I kind of panicked for a second. Villafranca Rosé, though, a very nice run on the outside. I feel that was way too close to be comfortable. Short-headed. I thought they'd be a good horse, but like that's way better than I expected them to be. Oh, yeah, that was uncomfortable. That was so uncomfortable. I couldn't even look at it. I couldn't even call it. I kind of had to focus on the fight for third and fourth and whatnot because I just didn't want to look inside. Ooh, that was brutal. Absolutely brutal. We hold the 118. We do look like a really solid horse. Nothing super special, but could be a good 3-year-old. And probably does get more distance. And not only that, but we do stay unbeaten. It's 7 for 7, a perfect 2-year-old season, and 5 Group 1 wins. It's damn impressive, but we came so close to not having that. Like, really close to just not having that. Okay, Shy Prince. I mean, we're 2 from 2. We're the favorite. We're the best horse. We're the top rated. We're the form horse. We're the tipped horse. We look good in the paddock. Couple of calm horses. I think 3. Don't really care about anyone else, though. Doesn't look like the strongest field. Got a grade 3 in here. Got some solid form, but nothing mind-blowing. So where Shy Prince could come and thrive. Not only that, we're slightly over distance, or maybe on distance, at worst. I'm going to challenge earlier. I'm going to try and bury this one and take this lead. Because we're 2 from 2 in the juvenile races at the Breeders' Cup. We did not run the Fillies turf. But 1 mile 110-yard Breeders' Cup Juvenile Class 1 Grade 2 for 2-year-olds on dirt, colts and geldings only. A good, solid field, but we should be the best. We are on the inside. Prince needs to take off and run this one. And it's off to a decent start and up towards the front. Doesn't let himself get caught in behind Newbury Gold. Got Orezo taking up the position there with Revoke just ahead of us. And Vicentian a lot up at the top. Karate Dice, Earl takes. Hull Jafira, Shabab, Senate Slam, Bivouac Event, Foxhaven Ignatius at the back with Cresswell, Cherry. Dadisan Beat is coming through as well. But as we come to the final furlong marker, we have about 1.5 to 2 lengths now. Orezo is right there, and Newbury's dropping back. Karate and Shabak are coming through. But Shy Prince, comfortably by a few lengths, takes that one. I really wanted that one for Shy Prince. It's been a difficult season on and off. And to have Florent Giroux raise the hand in the air and say, yes, this is ours, is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Cried Dice with a nice run. Newbury just couldn't hold the distance. You know, and Chicago is a very good finish there. You know, take 3rd and 5th for Kenneth McPeak. That's pretty dang good. Biarrezo is just a horse I like. And, you know, it can probably feel unlucky in a lot of things. But Mana Lurker won by 1 3/4 in the futurity. We've just won by 3 1/4 with Shy Prince in the juvenile. Official fell. Also beat them twice. Another horse I do kind of like. I'm actually going to follow them both in case they come up at auction at any point. But yeah, 3 from 3 at Keeneland for the Breeders' Cup juvenile race. We won the 2 on dirt. We won the Colts turf. We didn't run the Phillies turf because we didn't have a filly to run. And you see what it's pointing at. It is kind of one of the big signs for the Kentucky Derby is a 2-year-old that performs well at the Breeders' Cup. Pretty happy. 4 Group 1 wins, 117 rated. Could run again, doesn't really have any racing left. Almost filled the potential. Doesn't look amazing, but does have a little bit of distance over some of his other brethren. Looks okay. And yeah, didn't do well at the Futurity, didn't do well at the Premier's champion engraver. That was kind of tough. We didn't rebound well from that, but then we've hit 3 in a row, and I feel we've actually ran quite well. Mysterious Trader, again, I feel like there's a little bit of distance coming. Definitely feels like a mile 1 to a mile 2 based on the parentage and the bloodlines. Again, not great potential. Bit more extra speed, so I would like it to stay at a mile to a mile 1. So I think that would be pretty useful there. But we need to get lucky and get a decent jump for a 3-year-old in terms of his potential. But yeah, after that first maiden, went out and won everything. 114 with 4 Grade 1 wins. Not too shabby. And then 7 out of 7. Perfect. 5 Group 1 wins, 118 rated. Again, probably gains a little bit of distance. Has adaptability. 80% extra speed. Maxed out potential at 85 as a 2-year-old. Should see a decent jump. If we can get over 90, like, yeah, there's a good chance at the Kentucky Derby. There's a good chance at the Preakness. And if we get a bit of a jump, either 55, 65% of this stamina bar filled out, then you can look at the Belmont and feel that it is possible. Rainmaker is going straight in the breeding barn. And we are going to struggle to find Emirati, but we do find them. And we are going to breed them. And the 15th breeder will be Live Quest, hopefully, after 2 wins. I will say if we don't win this next one, I'm probably not going to do the Hong Kong Mile and just put them in the barn. I'm probably just going to put them in the barn at that point. Do I want to check auctions? Not really. If something comes up and it interrupts me because someone I've got pinned goes to an auction, that's fine. But otherwise, like, there's no point. So we're all booked in. Doubleheader at Cranji. Yeah, okay. This has all been good. Yeah, we're just about bred up there. Took 2 goes apparently. Ha. I mean, for like 2.5, maybe 3 million. I don't think it's too bad to take a look at them and just see, but yeah, decent form, a high rating, 4 out of 12. That's a win rate of 33%. Decent prize money, a grade 2. I don't feel it's too bad. The merit, grade 1, again, not too bad. 7 and 19, a little above 1 in 3. Decent extra speed. Didn't really have a ton of potential, so kind of maybe got a bit lucky, but solid-ish horse. And even worse, merit. Just, wow. Yeah, it's tough to judge these horses. It really, really is, but yeah, I don't want to check any other auctions. But I'll be willing to check those because we just breed them straight away. And, they'd be dumb, basically, at that point. So, okay. Let's do Spy. Got a really tough race. And Live Quest. Probably an easier one. Favorite, best, tipped, look good. Got one agitated and one lazy. Got a couple of Japanese horses, but neither one's run well in the last couple. Nobody else is in great form. It should be Life Quest to take grade 1, number 19. That's what it should be. You're a Crunchy then. Singapore for the Raffles Cup. 1 mile, Class 1, Grade 1 for 4-year-olds and older upon the turf track. It should be our race. Can we get it done and give ourselves an outside chance, an inkling of a feeling of a possibility to win the last and take 20 Grade 1 wins? We're going to settle in between Entel Boadicea on the outside of Thea Geneva, the leader. Back to Just Romantic, Bush Country, inside the Pipette Desire, and on the outside at the rear, YA Brava. We're now just coming round the outside of the leaders on this turn, setting up for a push now then. 1.5 from home, and Boadicea is going for this. Boadicea is going for this inside the final furlong marker. They've got us by a nose, but we kick on. They can't keep up. Life Quest is going to roam home with some style and just drive this one out to the line. Hand in the air. We get the job done. The raffles has been won by Life Quest. 19 Grade 1 wins. As expected, but you still do need to go out and run them, and to be fair, it wasn't until we were sort of inside that final furlong that I think we were going to do it. I just thought Enter was just running so well. Like, really surprisingly well. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. We've just beaten some of those horses. Yeah, that's 19. 20. We just scouted. Looks okay. 20 looks okay. We don't gain. We're still 130. That's fine. But this is the magic number. This is the magic number. Just one more to go. And we'll be okay. We'll be okay. Barathea was in that one. And then this one, oh, I wanted so bad, but at the same time, big race, tough competition. And yeah, I might even have us as the third or fourth American in this field. Out of the 5, to be fair. If we didn't come 9th in the last race, then I'd feel a lot more confident. But Sophie's Paul should be favourite. I'm not even looking over this side yet, but Sophie's Paul should be favourite. Molly should be 2, Sylphide should be 3. Oh, I nailed it. I absolutely nailed it. Calypso 4. Not who I would have chosen. Lizzie's down in 5. Yeah, Lizzie's I would have put 4. Lizzie's I would have put 4. And then Dora's right in there with us. Okay. Yeah, Molly and Sophie. Definitely. Calypso and Lizzie are both lazy. Okay. Best Domestic does seem to be kind of out of it and hasn't raced this year. Do we have the capability? Yes. Do I think we're gonna win? I don't know. But I'm gonna go early. The Queen Elizabeth II Cup, the QE2 1 mile 1, Class 1 Grade 1, 3-year-olds and older on the turf track. Kranji race number 2 back in Singapore. This doubleheader. We got the first leg. Can we get the second? We're on this turf track. It's going to be very interesting to see how we start. We start okay. We're on the inside. Can we get clear and move out of the way? We can indeed. Candles, joined by Coral O'Hara, Lizzie Society, Adelina Dora as well. And back to Molly Valley, just ahead of Sinead Minute against the rail. Back to Anseo. Sylphide, long way to go. And Sophie's Paul last on the camera and in your field, just having the outside line. They're going to come in really strong towards the end of this. Institute Spy needs to go and just doesn't have it. Doesn't have it at all. Lizzie Society, just about there on the line, gets pipped for it. Didn't see that coming. I don't think Sophie's Paul ran particularly well. I don't think Molly ran particularly well. Sylphide I had in like 3rd or 4th. Lizzie's ran okay, like especially with being calm. That's a very good run. Yeah, we just didn't have it. Just didn't have it. Weren't even close to having it. Okay. I mean, I didn't like the end of our 2-year-old season. And we started off really well this year. And then stumbled. And I thought I'd fixed it. And then we got agitated, so you can't really count that. But now this on the back of it. Being such a weak performance. Like, I think I've got to run them in the World Cup because I've got nobody else. It'll be my literally the only 4-year-old, and the distance is about right. Should have enough potential filled out. Could jump and maybe even max out that bar. Good extra speed. Cruising burst isn't terrible. Full finish. Good surface adaptability. Literally the only thing I can see that would hurt us badly is going to be confidence. And I feel that's what it is. I feel that's what's holding this horse back. Are you fit? You're not. Okay. So you're not going for the Champions Cup then. Um, yeah. Huh. Let's make sure all these are taken care of. Okay. Yeah, just bit of a brutal run for Institute Spy. Bit of a brutal run. So we are going to shot in with Life Quest. Favorite. A field we just kind of ran against. Oops. None of them look amazing. 13 points clear on rating. There's only three other grade ones. But Katanta hasn't even run since this race last year. Tips does say us. And there's 0 issues in the paddock. There's no track issues. We've got an inside draw which could maybe hurt us. Like, hope is a killer. I don't want to start believing, but at the same time, this does kind of look like a very good opportunity for us. There's no monsters. There's no problems to contend with. So I don't know. Maybe, just maybe, Life Quest can get this done, but we're about to see the Hong Kong Mile begins now. The Class 1 grade run for 4-year-olds on the turf here at Châtillon Racecourse, of course. Somewhere we know very well. Can we get the job done? Don't like the inside draw, but it's off to a decent start. Life Quest thought, yeah, just surged back a little bit, but then keeps themselves clear and up into third until Borussia up the outside of their, inside of their Geneva. We got Fight Star Stylish, the grey coming around the outside there. Katanta, Dia, and the rest of the field in there. Could we get blocked off? No. We're going to go round the leader, and it's Borussia on our inside, a horse we just beat at this distance. Thea Geneva still holding on a little bit there. Fight Star Stylish starting to come through, is going to move up into second. It looks like Pipette Desire starting to make some moves as well. Won't quite get up to third, but Life Quest, a much easier run than I thought they'd end up having for the final 2 races. And having counted out any hope and any thoughts that we'd get there, somehow, through all the troubles, tribulations, stumbles, Life Quest comes through. And Life Quest is going to end the year 130 rated, 20 Group 1 wins, and end her racing career in style. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. A very good miler for us. Done the job. 3 seconds in a row. I thought our chance had gone. And like, just about pulled it out of the bag. And we should be just in place in time. Very, very just. I think this will be the last week to actually breathe. I don't think I want to check any sales. We are in full. I think this is pretty much the end of the breeding season. So just about got in full before the breeding season closes. And that puts us then with 2 races to run. A really interesting one here, and we did jump with Mana Lurker, so we will be riding with jockey instructions to run and challenge early. And yeah, if we could have just got up and won this maiden, maybe this would have been a perfect horse. I don't think we're going to gain potential this year, and I don't think we're going to gain it as a 3-year-old. This might be one that has to wait to break out at 4. That's just how it feels. But we never know. Us and Bucker's Opal, good horses. The 2 favourites against an unraced group of domestics. Bucker's, though, is the one everybody is gonna back. That being said, they are unfit, as are a lot of the field. Potts Angel's very calm. Arcadio Barrington, keen and slightly agitated. We're going to challenge earlier. We're going to try and push that pace on them. We're going to move and shake and try and break them. I think that's what we got to do. The last race of the 2-year-olds this season, Mana Lurker in Japan, Hanshin for the Ashai High Futurity. A Class 1 Grade 1 over a mile for 2-year-olds upon the turf. Pretty much a 2-horse race. Switch the camera and it's a solid start. And our Grey is away nice and early. Gonna drop back now then into position. Sit on the outside a little bit and just wait for the opportunity coming off this bend. We're in really good position. Limestone Carl leads, but Mana Lurker's already up there. Starting to go a little early. Bucker's Opal. Oh my god, it's an unfit horse. But they are going, and it is the 2 of us head to head then, fighting down to the final furlong. We're closing in on them. We've got the length advantage back off Bucker's Opal, and we are dropping them to the wayside. Nice and easily. Borghesi up into 3rd. But Mana Lurker, big win against an unfit field. Feels a little unfair. The last few races have just been kind of in our hands, apart from Institute Spy. But Buckers is beaten. The 100% record has gone up to 116 rating, and as expected, no jump. No jump in potential. Good season. Very good season. Remains to be seen what we look like as a 3-year-old. And it remains to be seen what Institute Spy is going to look like as a 4-year-old, but we go down under to Royal Randwick and see, can we win there? Can we finish off in style? Can we break 120? It's a good-looking horse. Just don't die on confidence. Just don't die on confidence for the sake of it. Again, another really good-looking South African, maybe. Not the best of form, but then again, neither are we, and they are higher rated. Yeah. Okay. Connaught, Marla, Bloomer on ourselves. Okay. Well, last race of the season. I don't feel we are a mile 2. Challenge later. And we just send it. Royal Randwick, the Moe and Shandon, Spring Champion, sponsored by Queen. It's a Class 1, Grade 1 for 3-year-olds on the turf. Over a mile and 2 furlongs. Maybe a touch too much for us. But a good, solid number of challengers here. Reseka Kunolt, the favourite, Titan Bloomer from South Africa, and Triple Mumala, the Grade 2 from America. Flip the camera and zoom in, and off to a decent start. We got Bloomer just on our inside. Mala alongside them. Yorkshire Guide up on the inside. It's Academy back to Mastership Watt, Tol Caprio, Queenie Academic, Simone Lescriba, Tarkiba Rise, and right at the back, the closer and dangerous favourite, Raisika Canalt in the dark silks. The bay horse, number 7. So far, we're riding it okay and in a solid place. Tyson Bloomer is in a very good place too. And here comes the Field Institute Spy. Looks like they're going to beat him alive. Tyson Bloomer, Mastership Watt with a good run. Simon Liscrebas, Marla's going to overtake us. And it's going to be an unanimous ending to the season. Royal Randwick, I think, becomes 6. And we get beaten by the 3 that were highlighted. And a couple of the long shots. Yeah, 3 long shots, 2 of the favourites. And Kunolt just never got up. Never got up at all. I was expecting that to be a close-up. Just couldn't close. Maybe it was too far for us. We did set up the challenge later to kind of combat that. It's not a great result. It's not a great run. But it is how we end the season. Slightly annoying. 6 for 15 on his career, 4 from 10. Pennsylvania Derby, the Poulains, and the Leven Classic. So not a huge race. A quite solid race, and a pretty dang big race. But in everything else, we came close in a bunch. We just never end the season well. We start off well and then fall off on the Twitter. We start well, and then we stumble and fall off at the end of our 3-year-old. Could just be confidence. It could just be confidence. Irish Grade 1 with a Grade 1 dam over a mile. That's interesting. That is interesting. Let's bump up the price. Oh, I was looking at 24. Okay, well, let's not buy yearlings. Let's not buy any horses. Let's just, I mean, nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. Remember to say in the comment section, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Like, subscribe. I didn't see it in the comments. Let's go. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. Oh, dear me. So our jockey isn't number 1. But we are. 62% record. 64 out of 102 runs. 32 mil on the year. We have 9 Grade 3s 7 grade 2s, and 138 group 1s. So it's a little bit unbalanced, but absolutely fine. Yeah. So the top flat horse is going to be Lizzie Society. Solid horse, not who I'd pick. The top 3-year-old is Rojo, who I do not believe would have got it if any of our horses would have been in the mix. Ran a couple well. Won the Travers, the Belmont Invitational. Got cooked in the Derby. It's not a great horse, maybe. It's a solid horse. The Sprinter is Wigmore Vine. 4 grade 1s, 3 grade 2s, 3 grade 3s. It's not bad. That's really not bad. And won all 4 of those grade 1s at the end of the year here. The last 4 races. And came second in one just before that. Could have hit 5 in a row. Interesting. I wouldn't mind picking up a Sprinter or 2. Like I say, that might be nice. The Everest, you know. There's a couple others that are kind of decent races, and we haven't really been running anything at 5 and 6 furlongs, not even much at 7 for like 3 and 4-year-olds. So, could be interesting. Top stay up was Coney Deception. Didn't end off great, but when the Northern Dancer, the Sword Dancer, second in the Manhattan, took the Man of War. Not bad. Not amazing, but not bad. And the top 2-year-old, I disagree with, is Noblesse Oblige, who went out to the field kind of early because they were close to being over-raced. But interesting that they got the call. Not what I expected, but at least it is one of our horses. Just figured 7 or 7 would have been better. Yeah, a lot more prize money. A lot more prize money. Okay. Wheel, that is what that is. Yeah, let's pull the 3-year-olds out then. Yeah, let's pull the 4-year-olds out. I don't know why I wasn't going to do that. But I gotta do that. Yeah. Let me just do this little trick to rearrange the order. Be careful not to retire anyone from game or anything like that. Too easy to do sometimes. Couple more to go. There we go. So, our 4-year-olds this season then, Institute Spy, Out Cold Ice Cream Pure Adventure. Oh, you're so interesting. You could run the World Cups. You could run the World Cups. You could run the World Cups. And you could run the World Cups, but I don't know if I trust you. I kind of trust Out Cold. I kind of trust Ice Queen. And I kind of trust Pure Adventure. Well, that's a question for you. Comment section. Have your say. 4 4-year-olds. Who do you think should run the World Cup races? 2 at a mile 1, 1 at a mile 2. Pegasus World Cup in Florida at Gulfstream Park. Then we've got, I believe, the Dubai World Cup, and then the Saudi Cup. Or is it Saudi and then, yeah, anyway. That trio, any of these 4 technically could run it. Do they all run it? Do we split them? Do we keep Pure Adventure closer to a mile? Do we maybe go Ice Queen at a mile 1 to a mile 2 and Out Cold a mile 2 to a mile 3? Do we do anything with Institute Spy? I don't know. And then Triple Crown early look. So Mana Lurker did jump up to a 90 possible potential. So if we can max that out, which won't be easy before the Kentucky Derby, certainly won't be easy before the Trevino and the New Zealand Triple Crown, then I think between the extra speed, potential, and the fact that we do have solid stamina, good acceleration and speed, tiny little bit of adaptability, like it is a viable runner. It is a viable runner. Shy Prince showing a mile 2, good speed, acceleration, and start there. Ended strong and could be a 97, 98. Sorry, 92, 93 ability horse. If we max that out, not as much extra speed, a little bit cruising burst mixed in, no distance adaptability. But again, could be a useful option in Triple Crown racing. Noblesse Oblige, last year's 2-year-old of the season. Again, really, really good here. Still holding at about a mile. Breeding suggests maybe stays at about a mile. And I wouldn't hate it. I really wouldn't hate it. Over 90 potential there to go. Not a ton of extra speed, but actually has 60% distance adaptability. So can definitely play around. To me, that one screams more of New Zealand than anything else. I think Mana Lurker and Shy Prince, and maybe the others too, depending how they look, but that would then scream US, Canada, France, South Africa, Australia. Like those 5 Triple Crown races, that could be the other 5. And Noblesse Oblige in New Zealand. New Zealand, US, Canada, and then depending how these 3 look, like I say, South Africa, France, and Australia. And yeah, it looks like a mile 2. Full speed bar, good acceleration, not great start, but again, has the chance to jump over 90% potential and has good extra speed with over half a bar of cruising burst. Doesn't have adaptability, so might be a very, very good runner that just maybe can't get the mile 4s to finish off a Triple Crown. Don't know. Rainmaker doesn't have distance, good speed, good acceleration, not much start, can get to 90% potential, which means probably the worst of the bunch, but really good extra speed and adaptability. It's a real trade-off there, especially if she gets up to a mile 1 here. I would feel very comfortable running a Triple Crown with Rainmaker. Double is sitting at that. Not great acceleration, but good speed, great start. And yeah, doesn't have the potential to really do much this year. So kind of have to book that one a bit more carefully, maybe. And again, double might come alive as a 4-year-old. The rest seem prime for 3-year-old. But how would you book them? You got all those Triple Crown races. Does any one of those 3-year-olds stand out? And then our 2-year-olds this year, Surfer Dude looks kind of solid. It's going to be tough to fill that potential. Does have extra 80 extra speed, which isn't bad. Ride control doesn't look amazing. I'm actually going to retire him from the game. Soul Speaker, solid. I should be scared by half of our consistency, low enthusiasm, and under 50% confidence, but I've had really good runners with those kind of stats before. Looks like we might be a career miler here. But could be a very dangerous 3-year-old if we prep them right. And if they stay at a mile and they end up somewhere on 95 potential as a 3-year-old, again, I think I'll be really kind of okay with that. Even if we stuck at 6 furlongs for a while, I'd probably be okay with that. Easy Red, really good acceleration, speed, and stamina. Should hit that 75% potential, which gives us a chance of getting 85 to 90 as a 3-year-old. Might be more of a 4-year-old if we don't get a big 3-year-old jump up to 90. It might be more of a 4-year-old runner than a 3-year-old, but extra speed to spare. And we are pretty much, from breeding, going to be expecting a mile 1 horse at the end of the day. So, kind of an interesting prospect. And the Lingualini Cartel filly is also looking kind of decent on this page. And yeah, can get over 80. Maybe jump then up and across past that 90 marker with some decent extra speed too. Don't mind that. So, a few interesting 2-year-olds. A bunch of 3-year-olds to figure out. And too many options at 4-year-old to actually know what direction I'm going to go in. Huh. Quick look. Here. It's not bad. It's not bad. Looking at the yearlings. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. We might have a distance horse. Spoiler alert. Distance adaptability with a full potential stamina bar. An achievable potential. 80 extra speed with some cruising burst. That's really interesting. Emirati, I'm hoping all of them are going to continue this way, but Rainmaker, we just had a great 2-year-old season from her. And just all this breeding into Emirati. But yeah, just quality all over the place. Gonna be expecting something there. gonna be expecting something. Delaney's Blake. Uh, that's rough, but again, could have come alive as a 4-year-old. It's not bad. I just don't know if it's worth running. I'll say no. I'm going to be very harsh on my judgments. Zanella accent from Oak Cold. That's disappointing. That one is disappointing. Carlton Marcus again looks solid. I mean, this is why probably Emirati was winning. Looks like they got adaptability and they got just good stats across the board. With the right pairing, we're good. With the wrong pairing, we're not. I don't want to see potential like this. These are all fine. Potential like this, I just don't think we can run. And if we're not going to run them, then what's the point? And I am going to be harsh. And I am going to go for the best of the best. And I'm sticking with that. So far, we've only got 2 to keep. Don't love this, but this is 3 to keep. This is 3 to keep. We can at least run. Oh. It's not amazing. It's got the adaptability. It's got some bits and pieces. Okay. Kind of on the fence here. Even being harsh, I'm kind of like, that should make it, but I'm not fully sure. I think we leave it for now. Canova's got to go. Canova's got to go. 100% got to go. Macy, a Gray. How much can we actually fill that barn? Will it be close enough? It might be. This is about the tightest call I'd ever have to make in my life. Sure, maybe we look at that later on. Probably the same there. And that's a no for me. Okay. So definitely 2 or 3 questionables. Hagebrex, Bounding Orphan, and Swan Dive. Pastel Pure, and Much Demure with solid ones. Life Quest with a fairly good one. And Rainmaker with such an intriguing one. We could easily get over 90 potential fulfilled as a 3-year-old with 80 extra speed, over halfway cruising burst, 40% distance adaptability. I'm really intrigued by this one. Now, I will say, I'm not sure where this stamina's going, because everything points to it being a miler, but who knows? So, yeah, for now, 7 yearlings. And yeah, I think potentially you don't have at least 80 potential filled. I'm probably gonna get rid of you. Life Quest just went in. And is the queen of the barn with that 20. Absolutely unbelievable. Not the highest rated, but that's fine. Blaze just about makes it. Swan Dive, no. And this is why we had so many falls that end up being disqualified on potential. It's just because they're not getting that 80%, which a couple of these are right on the line for. Yeah. So we got 5 broodmares, we got 7 yearlings, we got 4 2-year-olds, we got 6 3-year-olds, and we got the 4 4-year-olds. So have your say, comment section down below. Who does what, goes where, who stands out? And yeah, we go again, 2034, on the back of what might be one of our most impressive seasons without a monster. Didn't win Triple Crowns, came very close. The 2-year-olds dominated and potentially, as a group, just won more grade 1s than I've ever had a 2-year-old class win. I don't even think it's close. And then Life Quest being able to get that 20th grade 1 win at the end, just the icing on the cake. But we really like the other 4-year-olds that we went and bred from. We're all now returning, and 122, maybe a bit shy. 126, yeah, don't love it. 129, oh, cold. Potential for 140 rating, maybe. A couple of good races could bring the other 2 into contention. So yeah, I do think this might have been the best year without actually winning too much sort of on the top end of things. The 2-year-olds just kind of carried and turned a good season into what feels like a great season. So yeah, let me know. As always, I appreciate the feedback and the support as continues to be given out. Really, really do appreciate that. And I'll see you next time. In the meantime, please do like and subscribe. It helps out the algorithm. Check out the other playlists on the channel as well as the memberships. And yeah, take care, stay safe, all the very best. And I'm going to have a long, hard think about this because I'm not sure, like I say, what we do for the Triple Crowns, what we do for the World Cups. I'm just not sure, and I don't really have that much time. I think I have New Zealand maybe figured out for a Triple Crown. The World Cups, though, they're coming quick, and I need to figure that out quickly. So there we are. I'll see you guys soon. And hopefully you enjoyed this look at the end of that last season. Can we make it a better one? I don't think so, but we need to continue trying to trend in that direction. So we'll see how we go.